Hi everyone, I'm Miss Katie from Rockland Public Library and happy Earth Day week. I thought I might share a couple ideas of how to celebrate Earth Day. So one of the big things to do is to go out this week and pick up trash. Even if it's just in your yard, if it's on your yard, on your road, at your library, at the beach, any little bit helps. And it's something tiny you can do that helps the whole world. It helps our animals and our plants stay safe. Something else you can do is build, hello birds, something else you can do is build fairy houses. So as you can see here, you can build them with sticks and moss. You can build them with bark. You can build them with old leaves that you pack together. And I highly recommend checking out Liza Gardner Walsh's books on how to build fairy houses. Now, if you've already built fairy houses in your yard, something else you might do is create your own bug hotel. Maybe you're lucky and your yard already has a bug hotel, a place with decomposing organic material that's perfect for bugs to come live inside and make their own home. This place, this giant stump, it is getting wet and it has lots of nooks and crannies where animals have come, bugs have come and built their own little habitats inside. If you don't have one of these at your house, you can build your own. This is the bug hotel that I built at my house. I went around in the woods and found some old logs. They probably are firewood logs that I found in the wood. And then I filled my area with all kinds of things that can decompose. Some things are going to take longer to decompose, like this coconut that just came from my fridge. But the rest of it is all things that bugs and animals can come use and eat and live in. And it's a great way to clean up your yard. I don't know about your yard, but after winter, lots and lots of storms, there are all kinds of branches all over my yard. So I went through, picked up all the extra branches and used a lot of them along with the extra bark that I found to make my own bug hotel. Let's read a book about bug hotels. Let's read The Bug Collector. The Bug Collector by Alex G. Griffiths. Let's see what happens. Today was George's favorite day of the whole week. It was Sunday, and that meant that he was going on an adventure with his granddad. This particular Sunday, Granddad took George to the Museum of Wildlife. Inside, they saw ferocious dinosaurs, massive mammoths, and even stranger creatures of every color and shape. Oh, cool! Chop, chop, Georgie! But Granddad didn't stop to look at any of it. He was too excited about something completely different. What do you think he's excited about? Ooh. The creatures he wanted to show George were much smaller and stranger, and Granddad loved them. Wow! Do you have a favorite here? Look at these cool curlicues, or these fun colors. On the journey home, George could think of nothing else but the marvelous bugs he had seen that day. That night, George's dreams were filled with buzzing bees, floating butterflies, and sliding snails. When he woke up, George couldn't wait to get outside. He packed his backpack and headed out to see what he could find. In the garden, he noticed bugs everywhere. Are there bugs everywhere in your yard right now? I know there's a lot of bugs on the ground. I've even found some ticks. But there's also lots of fun bugs that have been around too, and lots of wiggly worms. Something fluttered past George's face. He tried to catch it. Glump. But it was too quick for him. Catching bugs was not as easy as George had thought. They were so clever. They always seemed to know what he was going to do. Whoa! George had to learn to be even more clever to outwit them. Look, he's set a trap. Looks like a leprechaun trap. Soon, he had mastered bug catching. Look what he's made. Whoa! Oh, and he's tricking the ants into crawling right into that matchbook. With his backpack and cart loaded up, George set off to his treehouse. After he'd found a place for every bottle and jar, George admired his collection. It looks a little bit like it looked at the museum, doesn't it? Examining them closely, he saw so many different shapes and colors. But I think I noticed something that he might not. Is there? Oh no, rain! To be continued. Look at the face that the butterfly is making. Does the butterfly look happy to be in that jar? Look, George is appreciating the beautiful colors and patterns on the butterflies, but is he noticing how they're feeling? I don't think he is. As George went home for dinner, everything seemed silent and still. Nothing buzzed, fluttered, or scuttled. It's so quiet, thought George. The next day, he went back to the garden to continue the hunt, but everything was dull and sad. Granddad also wondered what was going on. He knew something didn't seem right. Suddenly, Granddad realized all the bugs were gone. Back at the treehouse, George looked at his collection. The bugs didn't look very happy. Oh, Granddad wasn't very happy either when he saw what George was doing. Granddad loved bugs as much as George, but he knew that living ones shouldn't be kept in jars or bottles. Granddad explained to George the important jobs bugs have in the outside world, especially in our gardens. Bees help to make lots of new flowers by carrying pollen from one to another. Ladybugs also help plants by eating up to 500 aphids a day. Wow, 500 a day? Look at all the aphids they're eating. And aphids like to eat our plants. So when ladybugs eat the aphids, they protect our plants. Ants are natural farmers carrying seeds and planting them in new places. Dung beetles turn waste into food. And of course, all insects are an important part of the natural food chain. If you take them away, lots of animals won't get their dinner. Animals like birds need bugs to eat. If we get rid of them, we could get rid of birds and other things that need to eat those bugs. George listened carefully. Ooh, like spiders, like getting rid of spiders. George listened carefully. He knew what he had to do. He opened the jars, the bottles, the windows, the doors, and the bugs flew out. The sky was alive again. George was sad to see them go, but Granddad was smiling. He had an idea. It took a while, but together they changed the garden into a bug sanctuary to share with everyone. Look, it says George's Great Big Bug World. Granddad and George agreed that watching bugs in their natural habitat was the best thing in the world. And look what they've made. They have lots of bug hotels that they've put together here with old sticks. These ones actually might be bat houses, with old sticks and different things that are going to break down different natural resources that we have. They have ponds, which are great for bugs and for frogs. Lots of bugs like to lay their eggs in ponds. There's tall grass for bugs to live in. There are gardens for bees. There are trees. And do you remember earlier this year, maybe last month at some point, we read a book about bats. Bats need this area here. Hedges and trees and different structures to bounce their noises off of so that they can be there, and they also eat our bugs. So this created its own habitat, a garden full of beautiful flowers, but also that was alive with nature. The end. Great listening, everyone. I hope you all go out today and build a fairy house or a bug hotel so that there are plenty of places in your backyard where bugs can live and birds can eat. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Bye-bye.